Okay, now we are live, and I want to welcome everybody to the YouTube live stream of the Fellowship for Mental Health Hangout, 7/31, 2015, Friday. It's 2 o'clock Central Time, and me and Anastasia are hanging out, waiting for some other people to show up. And while we do that, I will go over the boring but necessary housekeeping rules. Number one, no judgment, no therapy, and much respect. So, number two, we try to keep it on a PG rating because this will be archived forever and ever and ever. And we also try to use I statements. We seem to stay out of trouble if we only talk about ourselves. And the third item is that I'm adding people to my mental health circle. So if you want to be added to the mental health circle in order to be invited to the hangout, just ask me, or I may hunt you down and add you to my circle if you seem like an interesting YouTuber. So, okay, I'm gonna send. I don't know when she gets off work, but I'm gonna send Liz
another invite.
An invite. So I don't know what she's doing.
She's had a lot of problems with Skype lately.
Okay.
So I've not been able to contact her.
Okay. Well, I got up this morning and my computer was on the, well, not my computer, but our system was on the Fritz, and I had to reset. I had to reset something. My father's got this whole big mess of stuff or whatever, and I had to reset. I think it's not a transformer, but it's the wireless thing, the wireless adapter that sends the signal to all the computers in the house. So I had to reset
the wireless router to the network.
Yeah, I think yeah. So I had to reset that, and once I did that, everything came up fine. So.
What a nightmare! We have that problem sometimes.
Yeah, it just well, I turn on my computer and then it tells me what to do. It
yeah,
gives you a troubleshooter screen and then it tells me what to do. So, well, okay. Well, let's go ahead and start with our topic, and then we'll open up to the floor for any kind of topics we want to talk about. So, the question this week is, how do you stay physically fit?
With me, I tend to walk my guide dog daily.
Okay.
I go swimming.
Okay.
Once a week.
Mm-hmm.
And I love to. My main source of exercise is walking my guide dog because I don't get out much, but I love to go swimming. I love going swimming. Mm-hmm. It's my main hobby once a week.
Yeah. Well, animals are great to keep a person active, so, and they say swimming is the best exercise because it's very easy on your joints.
Yeah.
So, but not all of us have access to a swimming pool. But I'm like you. I love to walk. If I'm out shopping during the daytime or whatever, I will park as far away as I can from the door so I can get a couple of extra, walking steps in or whatever. And then I have a stationary bike, which I do every morning for about 5 minutes. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but it, it's helping me out,
Yeah.
And then the qigong is really helping me out too. I've been doing the horse stance, which is you bend your knees slightly or whatever, and then basically you just stand there, for 5 minutes.
I used to do martial arts. We used to do that in martial arts.
Okay, and that's been very, very helpful. I'm going to start doing it twice a day. I've been doing it for 5 minutes in the morning, and then I'm going to start doing it 5 minutes in the afternoon before my evening meal. And then the other thing I'm trying to do is holding my arm out. There's a thing where you do like a crane and you hold your arm out or whatever.
Yeah.
And I never realized that holding your arm out for just a couple of tiring. So, but I'm going to do that. So, like I say, I may when you add it all up together, I'm exercising probably about 2 hours a week. But like I
Yeah.
say, it's work. So, and everybody has to figure out what works for them. So,
I'd say I do about 4 hours a week because I work my guide dog near enough every day.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to check and see what's going on. Okay. I need to pull up my YouTube page, so you may hear a bit of feedback as I do that. For some reason, it won't let you mute it beforehand. So,
No.
yeah. And we'll see if we have anybody watching us. Okay, I caught the mute button. So,
Do we have somebody?
there's one person. So, and I think I may know who that is. So, but okay, well, it's the summertime, so
People
I
must be
understand.
out.
Yeah, Jamal's business is starting to pick up, so
That's cool.
good for him. He's a dancer, and dancing is probably one of the better ways to stay fit.
Yeah.
So, Bob Hope started out as a dancer, and then he was working some vaudeville club, and he and his partner would dance, and then they would tell jokes. And the owner of the club came up to him one day and said, if you tell more jokes, I'll extend your contract. So
Really?
yeah, so they stopped. This had to have been like in the 1920s or something, and
Yeah.
so they stopped dancing and started telling jokes, and eventually the partner, went off and did something else, and
Whoa.
that was it for Bob Hope. But he always had tremendous amounts of energy,
Yeah.
even up into his 90s. So that dancing physique really helped him out.
Yeah. That's amazing for
Hmm.
somebody to be that fit till that
Oh
age.
yeah, yeah. And he danced a little bit. Go on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can see him doing a little bit of soft shoe. You know, so but he
I wouldn't be able to see it though, would I? Because I
no,
can't
probably
see
not.
them
No,
that much.
no. Uh,
Which annoys me, but
yeah. But I like. They say some people are visual and some people are auditory and some people
yeah,
are kinesthetic. I myself am auditory. I love to listen to the radio.
yeah.
If I got stuck on a desert island, as long as I had a good radio, I think I'd be okay.
As long as I had an audio book, I'd be fine.
Hmm. Hmm. So, and most of the YouTube videos, I listen to them while I'm doing something else. So,
Yeah,
because most time it's just people talking. So, I mean, if it's a news program or something like that, or somebody else's hangout.
Yeah.
I generally know what the people look like, so
I didn't get much sleep last night, which is a
I got
nightmare.
more sleep. I got more sleep than I normally get. I went to a hangout last night on the spiritual topic or whatever, and
Yeah.
she is on the West Coast, and she starts at 8 o'clock her time, which is 10 o'clock my time.
Yeah.
And so she went over. She went over. We didn't finish up. It was almost 11:30 when we finished up, and but I turned off the computer by 12, and then I read some, and I had some ideas, so wanted to write some things down. And then I was actually asleep by about 1 o'clock. So
Whoa.
which is pretty good. And then I
I
get
went
up as soon as the sun comes up. I get up. So it doesn't
I
matter if I
went
go to
to bed
bed.
about I went to bed about 9:30.
Okay.
Woke up at 1:30 in pain.
Ooh.
Went back with this lip.
Yeah.
Went back to sleep at 4 o'clock. Woke up at
Yeah.
6 o'clock. Went back to
Yeah.
sleep at 7:30. Got up to feed my guide dog at 8 o'clock. Went
Yeah.
back to sleep till 9:20. Did my meds, and then
Mm.
I was up.
Okay.
So I
Uh,
didn't get very much sleep last night.
they say we wake up about 5 times an hour, but it's like only for an instant. We wake up and we go
Yeah.
back to sleep, and we don't recall that. So,
Yeah.
and people used to wake up in the middle of the night. They used to call it the first sleep. Then you'd wake up and you'd check the house, make sure everything was okay, and then
Yeah.
you go back to sleep. And they call that the second sleep, and it was perfectly natural. So I don't know where we get this idea that we have to have 8 hours of unbroken sleep. I mean, it wouldn't happen in nature,
No.
because we'd be on the lookout for wild animals and such things. So, but and that's the other thing. They say as you get older, you're not supposed to sleep as much. But I still like to get 8 hours of sleep. And so,
Yeah.
but like I was saying, if I go to bed at 10 o'clock, I get up when the sun comes up. If I go to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning, I get up when the sun comes up. So,
Yeah.
mhm,
I always get up at 9:20 when my alarm goes off.
mhm, mhm.
Because that's when it tells me to do my medication in the morning.
Okay. Mhm.
And and then
Well, that's
that's a
pretty
reminder.
important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty important.
And then I have an alarm at 8:10 to feed my guide dog, an alarm at 7 o'clock to let her out.
Hmm. But now, does she know these things too?
Yeah.
So
She
she's waiting on you then.
she comes to me at 7 o'clock to let me out. She comes to me at
Okay.
8:10 to say feed me.
Mm-hmm.
She knows when it's
Wow.
she knows when it's 8:10 because she comes into me.
Hmm. Does she know when you're having a bad day?
Yeah. She starts worrying.
Hmm. Hmm.
If I get upset, if she hears me crying, she comes running in and starts licking my hand as if to say, "What's up?"
Wow. Wow. We've had cats like that. They know if they know you're having a bad day, they'll pay you a little bit extra attention. So
Yeah. It's really
I think,
important, and it's really really good when she comes in and starts like doing that because it shows that she's looking out for me.
yeah, yeah. Well, they say animals are psychic, so I
Yeah,
think I think they are. I think they are to a certain degree. So
I
I've
think
got
so.
these cats that I feed. I've got these cats that I feed, and basically they're just the neighborhood cats. And
Yeah,
but anyway, so I feed in the front yard, and I go to the backyard and I feed the backyard cats or whatever, and I feed
Yeah.
in two places so they won't fight. Well, anyway, one of the backyard cats comes around the corner, and he's giving me this dirty look, like, "Why are you feeding the front yard cats first? Don't you know we're back here waiting?" And I'm like, "Because you're not in the front yard, buddy. Sorry, feed the front yard cats first." And sometimes I'll look out at night and I'll see a possum or a raccoon. If there's any cat food left over, they love to come up and finish it off.
Yeah. So we have another dog as well. We have a pet dog as well. And he's like, why is the guide dog getting fed in the hallway and I'm getting fed in the kitchen? Because the guide dog goes for your food.
Yeah. Well, I was house sitting for my sister, and she has 4 dogs, and
Oh my
then
God.
her niece was staying with her, and the niece brought her dog. So there were 5. Well, they're all lovable dogs. I mean,
Yeah.
and they're not that. There's only one that's a German Shepherd, and the other ones are kind of small. And anyway, this dog would not eat. I was told to feed the dog in the bedroom, so I took the food in there and he wouldn't touch it. And I'm like, how am I going to get this dog to eat or whatever?
Oh.
So I had an idea, and I brought one of the other little dogs in there and showed him the food. And the first dog thought that the second dog was going to eat his food. So he polished it off. But they say that's how you fatten hogs, is that
Yeah.
if they eat together, they fight over the food or whatever, and they eat more. So
Yeah.
the animals are real neat. I'm glad we have animals. We don't have any dogs right now. We have several cats. So, and then we have 1 tank of fish. So, but that's it. That's it.
Yeah. I nearly fell off my bed.
Well, nobody. I beg your pardon.
It's because I'm sat right on the edge.
Okay.
I switched an hour ago and I ended up in the wrong place.
Uh-huh. Well, I don't have any comments on the YouTube side.
No. Nobody else has tried to get in yet. Nobody else has got the
No.
invitation.
Well, I've sent invitations out to everybody in my mental health buddy circle, which
Yeah.
is 26 people. So,
Yeah.
and people from England and people from America.
Yeah.
So, I don't think I ever made that lady from Australia. I don't think I made her part of my circle.
No.
But that's what I do now. I go to Hangouts, and while people are talking, I make them part of my circle. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, this allergy is making me feel sick.
Oh gosh. Well, whatever if you need to take medicine or whatever you need to do, I'm fine with that. So.
Not till 9 o'clock.
Okay. Okay.
Sick of it.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, do they have the polyunsaturated fats in England?
Yeah.
Okay, they are getting. I'm trying to figure out what they're getting rid of. Hydrogenated fats. That's what they're getting rid of in my country. Are they doing the same in England?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I know they've still got them, but I'm not sure whether they're getting rid of them or not.
Mm-hmm. Now, what I call potato chips, you call crisp, right?
Yes.
Okay. About the only thing that they're using the hydrogenated fat for now is for the potato chips because that gets the salt and the flavoring to adhere to the potato chips. So,
Yeah,
but other than that, I mean, it's vanishing from all the other products, which I think is a good thing.
yeah.
I think it's a good thing because anything that's processed that much is probably not good for you.
No, it's not.
Hmm. So,
Still got that horrible cough from last week.
yeah.
Still not gone. I'm gonna have to go back to the
Mm,
doctors about that again and all.
yeah.
The doctors are gonna get sick of us on Monday.
Well, but I mean, you're providing them with job security, so
Well, yeah.
maybe that's not a bad thing.
No.
I have been really, really lucky. I've only been to the hospital. I've only had surgery like one time, and that was when I was 5. They took out my tonsils, and then I had like a little water cyst on the back of my leg.
Yeah.
They took that off, and then I've only been to the emergency room like maybe, well, probably twice, and both of those were I was doing kind of stupid things or whatever. So,
I've been loads of times.
hmm.
Yeah. And the most recent one was when they tried to figure out what was wrong with my lip, and they couldn't figure it out.
Yeah. Mhm. Do
God,
you get a lot of Do you get a lot of American TV shows over there?
yeah.
Do you get them the same time we get them, or is there like a delay or something?
I think there's some sort of delay.
Okay, okay. I'm
Cause
looking forward to
looking forward to what?
looking forward to some new TV shows this fall.
Which ones?
Well, I've been watching the one I Am Jazz, which is a great show to watch. I highly recommend it. She's actually written a book about the transgender. So,
Yeah.
and they use it in schools all over the country
Do
to
they?
explain the little yeah to explain to little kids what transgender actually is.
Yeah.
So I've been enjoying that show, and then I started watching the Tonight Show with and you talking about having a strange dream. I watched it the other night, and Tom Cruise was on there. You know, he's got that new Mission Impossible movie where
Oh yeah.
he straps himself to a plane
Uh,
and and the plane is taking off and he's strapped to it while it's taking off or whatever. And he did his own stunt. I mean, when you see him, that's him. That's not some stunt guy or whatever. But
no.
anyway, I watched that and I had the weirdest dream about him. Normally, I don't like Tom Cruise. You know,
No.
he's too slick for me, quite frankly. You know, his hair is always in place or whatever. He's I don't know. He's like the high school football player nobody really liked.
Yeah.
uh, but anyway, in my dream, me and him were in college someplace, and we were best friends, and we would just walk
Whoa.
around the class together. And I thought to myself, you know, what's going on in my subconscious mind? And then afterwards, I thought, well, maybe he's not so bad after all. So
No.
he has some strange beliefs because he's a Scientologist, but I mean, you really can't hold that against him because,
We all have strange beliefs sometimes.
well, he has a learning disability. I want to say he's dyslexic. I think that's his learning disability. And when he was growing up, he's about my age, maybe a little bit older. Uh, but when
Yeah.
he was growing up, in some school systems, you got no help for that. It wasn't even diagnosed. They just basically
No.
told him they told him he was stupid. He was stupid,
Well,
and
that's not good.
good luck, buddy. You know. But anyway, he went to Scientology, and evidently they had some methods that really helped him out. And the thing about that I never knew until I worked with one is that many of them have photographic memories. And I was talking to this guy about something that had happened 2 or 3 weeks before, and he remembered it. I was helping a lady. I was in a retail setting. I was helping a lady or whatever, and it didn't go very well because she had some questions I couldn't answer. But he remembered down to the color of her hair and what she was wearing.
Whoa.
And he was in at the next register over. I mean, this kid. And plus, the sad thing about it was he had to play dumb when he was in school. He could have made straight A's, but if he had made straight A's, everybody would have not liked him. So he maintained like a B plus average or whatever. So
Whoa.
good, but not too good. And
No.
so anyway, Tom Cruise may have an almost photographic memory, which would help him to memorize scripts and things like that. So
I've got a photographic memory. People tell me that, but I've not got dyslexia.
okay, well, I'm not quite sure how that works, but I just know that maybe it's
septoptic dysplasia.
okay. What exactly is that?
Septoptic dysplasia is when the optic nerve is not developed. Is not. How can I put this? The eye is underdeveloped. The optic nerve is underdeveloped.
Okay. I never heard that term before, so I appreciate the heads up on what that means. But I don't know if photographic memory.
It means it's out of. It means it's out of place. It's underdeveloped.
Right. But the photographic memory, I'm not sure if that's on a gene or something or whatever. I'm sure there's a scientist working on it. So, but I have a pretty good memory, but I can't remember things in perfect detail. So I've always had a good memory for trivia.
I've always had a good memory for numbers, dates, information. Like if you were to ask me what my mum's phone number was, or what colour like something was, or what date the Battle of Hastings was, I could remember it.
Yeah. The Battle of Hastings was 1066, right?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay. See, my favorite subject in high school was history. So,
yeah,
and they want you to memorize
because of the paper.
Yeah. They want you to memorize names and dates and I still love history. I went to before we went on the air, I went to Amazon and I ordered my 3 books for August. I ordered them a day early, so I'm going to be reading. Yeah, I'm going to be reading about Madame Chang. I'm going to be reading about the Navajos, and then this book that my spiritual teacher is doing. It's something about the law of attraction or something about that or whatever. So I get all these used. So they're all used and they're all kind of cheap. So I'll get them in a week or two. So 2 of them I actually got from the same place. So
yeah.
So I should get them in a week or two, and I'll have some more reading material. So, and plus, I'm having to read.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's my birthday in 33 days.
Wow. Well, happy birthday in advance. I have a birthday in August as well. I will be on August 18th. I will be the big 50.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I'll be 26 in 33 days.
Okay, but I feel like so that actually puts you in the first part of September, doesn't it?
Yeah. Second.
Okay.
The 2nd of September.
My brother-in-law, his birthday is September the 1st, and I always forget his, and he always forgets mine. So we're even. We're even in that regard. But I honestly don't feel like I'm 50, and people tell me I don't look like I'm 50. So
you don't.
I was watching.
You look 25.
Well, thank you. I've got, you probably can't see, but I do have some gray hair, and I'm getting a little
You
bit of
do.
a gray shock on my
I
forehead,
can't
but
see. I
which,
can't see. You look 25 anyway.
okay, well, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Most of the time I feel like I felt like when I was 40. So,
I tell my mum
and
she looks 35 and she's not.
yeah, and I attribute that to meditation and just kind of eating right and trying to do
Yeah,
a little bit of exercise. So
yeah. It's weird how nobody's come in tonight.
it is, but well, I don't think it's a holiday. I think
It's
people, well, school's going to
what
start
day?
here in
What
two or
date
three
is it
weeks.
today? It's the 31st of July. It's not. It's not a holiday today. It's not a holiday weekend
No,
this
no, no.
weekend.
But what I'm saying is people maybe trying to get their last weeks of vacation in.
Oh yeah.
So, and the other thing is there are so many hangouts. I can't believe it. I can't. The other night I was invited to two, and they were at the same time, and I couldn't go to either because I had a meeting Wednesday morning I had to prepare for. So
Did you?
yeah, I've got there's a couple of people. It's my I think I've mentioned it before, but it's my EFT group,
Oh
my
yeah.
tapping
Yeah,
my
your
tapping
EFT group.
group,
Yeah. Yeah.
and the two principal people are going to be on vacation, and so they've asked me to kind of substitute for them, and so I agreed to do that, which I think
Yeah.
would be really good for me. It'd be really good for me. So
Yeah.
uh, because when they're both there, it's sometimes it's difficult for me to get a word in edgewise or whatever.
Yeah.
So but so I'll be doing that. I think they're going to take 2 or 3 weeks off in August. So one guy,
My therapist has taken 3 weeks off in August, which is a shame.
well, that's very common in Europe, isn't it?
Yeah.
I know in France, everybody takes August off, right?
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Yeah.
Uh, but and the one guy, he's actually going back. I think he's going to Holland. He was born in England, but the company he worked for was based out of Holland, and um, and so he's got friends over there. So he goes. I think he's going to probably go to both places. So, and
Yeah.
the other lady, she was born and raised in Sweden, but I don't think she's going back to Sweden this time. So
It's interesting where all these different people come from.
yeah, yeah, it's a lot more mobility. I've been trying to keep up with this story. I know there's a lot of refugees in France that are trying to come into England.
Yeah.
I've been trying to keep up with that story. I feel so bad for those folks
Yeah, I do.
because what's going to happen is they're going to get to England and they're going to realize that that's not Shangri-La either.
No.
I mean, we have a lot of illegal immigrants that come into my country, and they get here and they realize that it's not that much better than where they were, especially if you can't find a job.
Yeah.
So, and that's the other thing I'm a little bit worried about too. The price of oil is going down, and the last I heard is it's not going to go back to where it was for maybe 5 years.
It's a shame. It's horrible.
Well, it's good for people that buy the gas. I mean that
Yeah, it
that part of
is.
it's good, because and that actually translate. There's it doesn't take as much gas to get things to the supermarket or to the department store, so those prices will come down, and
Yeah.
people will have more money in their pockets, so they'll buy more things. They'll go out to eat more or whatever. So
Yeah.
if you look at the whole economy, it's probably a good thing. But if you live in an oil producing place
Yeah.
like Texas, it's not
Then
a
it's
good
not a
thing.
good thing.
Dallas has diversified its economy. They're not so much dependent upon oil, but here it's a double whammy. We harvest is not the right word, but we drill the oil, and then we also refine the oil here. So
Yeah.
we get hit twice on that. And then of course all the companies that support the oil industry, the ones that make all the drilling equipment, both
What a
uh,
nightmare.
in the Gulf of Mexico, and then they're doing this fracking business or whatever, and
Yeah.
so I mean it's just it's tough. They say it's not going to be as bad. We had a real bad oil bust in 1986, which I wasn't here at that time, but they say it's not going to be as bad as that because we have a lot more. Our manufacturing base is kind of spread out more. It's not all
Yeah.
based on oil anymore. Uh, so hopefully we'll get through it. So and they're getting ready to raise the minimum wage in my country too. So
That's a good thing.
oh yeah, because people that make the minimum wage, they spend their money.
Yeah.
So that'll help the economy as well. So, I mean, if all you have money for is rent and food and gasoline, then you don't have any kind of money for anything else.
No,
And
you don't.
so, so when we get the money in their hands for some other things, and they get to go out to see a movie every now and then, or go to a restaurant every now and then, so it'd be good for the economy. So.
Just wish they'd do it over here.
Y'all don't have a minimum wage?
Yeah, we do.
Oh, okay, but they're not. The conservatives are not going to raise it anytime soon.
No, no.
Well, all things being equal, I think I would like to live in a country that had health care for everybody,
Yeah.
even if the wages were lower, because you really can't put a value on that.
No, you can't.
You know, and we've got more people insured than we've had ever before, but it's still not
Yeah.
enough. There's still millions of people without proper health care.
And that's not good.
So, but we have an election coming up, so hopefully we can change that in my country. So
Yeah.
there's
Hopefully.
20 people. There's 20 people running for president. Can you imagine?
Oh, God.
Can you imagine 20 people running to be prime minister of England
Yeah.
all in the same election?
Yeah.
You guys had 7 last time, and that was a record, wasn't it?
Yeah.
7 different parties,
Yeah.
and the conservatives still won. So
Nightmare.
yeah, well, we have a primary process, so they'll get weeded out pretty fast, and then it'll come down to 2 or 3 strong candidates, and we'll make a choice
Yeah.
out of them. So, and but it happens. It happens every 2 or 4 years. So,
Hopefully you'll get someone.
hmm well, there's some things they can do, and there's some things they can't do. So,
Yeah.
I heard this morning that I don't live in Houston, but Houston is the big metropolitan area that I'm a part of,
Yeah.
and their pensions are ruining their budget. They've got so many people, so many retirees that they have to pay for. I think Europe has the same problem too, right?
Yeah.
I know in France and Greece and some of these other places that you have more retirees, or the ratio of the people working to people retired is getting smaller and smaller. And that's not a very good thing.
No.
I think what's going to happen here is they'll probably raise the retirement age to 70. Is it 70 in Great Britain?
No, it's 67.
Okay, but I mean, I think it's the same. Well, my retirement age is going to be 67. So, and because of when I was born.
Yeah.
So, but I think for people younger than I am, like maybe 15 or 20 years younger than I am, they'll probably raise it to 70.
Oh,
But by
God.
that time, but by that time, 70-year-old people will be healthy.
Yeah.
I started to tell you, I was watching this guy on TV who's 52 years old, and I forget what show he was on, but anyway, he's the top of his head is bald, and then he's got the white hair on the side of his head or what. I'm like, is that going to happen to me in 2 years? But I don't think so. I don't
No.
think so. So, but people, I can remember parents. I mean, three of my grandparents lived to be about 80 years old, and they were so sick when they got there. So,
one of my one of my grand one of my grandmothers is still alive, and she's 88 this year.
how's she doing?
She's doing all right, but she's got diabetes and gallstones and stuff. But
Yeah,
she's doing all right.
yeah. I mean, she can still get around and stuff like that.
She struggles to walk, but she's doing all right. Other than that,
Okay, well, I guess that would be natural. She still
yep,
has all of her morgles. Well,
yep.
that's good. That's good. I don't want to live to be 100 if I'm just I'm propped up in a corner someplace with a bib under my chin to catch the drool, But I think I'm doing some things now that will prevent that. The only thing I worry about is being in an accident, which you really can't predict one way or the other. So, I
Yeah,
mean, nobody plans to have an accident; they just happen.
yeah, they do.
I was glad to hear, speaking of accidents, that they found a piece of that plane, the Malaysian flight or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
They found a piece of it that they think, and they found a piece of luggage they think, and hopefully they'll give the family some closure, and it'll stop all these rumors that have been going around. So,
Oh, thank heavens for that.
yeah,
I'm glad they found it.
yeah, I've been lucky in that regard too. I've never lost anybody like that. So,
No, I've not.
hmm
I lost two friends in a car crash.
yeah, I've had that happen. That happened in high school. So,
Yeah, it was in high school that two of my friends, lost their lives in a car crash. But
hmm well,
sadly, not.
It happened at about every high school I went to. We had this guy, can't remember his name. I think his last name was, I know his sister's name was Wendy Thompson, and I forget what his name was, but he was the captain of the football team, the most popular guy in the school. And he was driving home one night on a dirt road, and someone, I can't remember if it was a drunk driver or not, but anyway, someone came over, and it was a dirt road. I mean, I think it was a paved road, but they didn't have any markings on it or whatever. So this guy comes up over a hill and just kind of, head on collision. And
Yeah,
I can't remember the other guy died or not. But anyway, the young man died, and the whole high school was just broken up over it. The whole high school was.
not good.
Yeah, and I went to three high schools, and that happened. Stuff like that happened at every high school. So
That's awful.
yeah, yeah. But I don't know. Whenever you get a couple of thousand kids together, I'm sure it's bound to happen. So
Yeah.
yeah, I remember what my French teacher told us. We walked in. His name was Jeff Thompson. That was his name, Jeff Thompson.
Yeah.
And we walked into class, and she could see. She knew the whole school knew what was going on,
Well,
and she knew we were.
these two friends
Yeah.
that didn't actually go to our high school,
Oh, okay,
they lived near us.
okay. But that doesn't make it any less
No,
sad.
no, it doesn't.
Mm. But anyway, my French teacher, she called us all together, and she said, Jeff would want you to continue on.
Yeah.
with your studies and with your life and everything. That's what Jeff and and uh, and that was the right thing to say. And so we
Yeah.
continued on. So and plus I
Sometimes
dabble,
that you've got to do to keep busy.
yeah, and I dabble a little bit in spiritualism.
Yeah.
For me, I know there's uh another side.
There
So
is.
yeah, and I know that
I believe that as well.
God is a loving God, and I've never believed in a permanent hell.
No.
I just don't see how a loving God can consign someone to to Hades forever.
No.
I do think we do have to make an atonement for our sins, uh,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's permanent.
No, I don't.
Yeah. Well, I've enjoyed our discussion. I don't get a chance to just to talk, one on one with people very much.
Yeah.
So,
No, I don't.
mm, so it's nice that we can do this.
Yeah.
Let me check the different things and see what's going on. No one's actually said anything on the Google Plus
YouTube.
side. I'm going to check the YouTube right now. And we got a ratings bump. We got 3 people watching now. So
Oh.
I bet you one of them was a troll trying to figure out how to get in.
I bet one of
but
them's a troll trying to get in.
yeah, but we kind of nipped that problem. So
We've nipped that
no
problem in the
problems
bud, haven't
there.
we?
Yeah.
And we haven't
So
had a snafu tonight.
no, we haven't. That's also a good thing. I realized that the sad thing is very few of the hangouts are actually open to everybody now.
Yeah.
So because of the trolls. So, but
Yeah.
you know,
But at least the troll situation's under control, though.
yeah, yeah. And like I say, I think Jamie's hangout, used to be her room would be filled up, but I think
Yeah.
she had like maybe 7 people at the
Yeah.
most. At one time, she had 7 people.
Yeah.
And the last hangout I saw for Joey, I think his was the same way. So maybe
Yeah.
it's better to have smaller hangouts.
Smaller and strong is the safest way.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. No arguments from me. So
That's my point of view. Smaller and stronger.
there you go. Well, one time you had to take your medicine.
9 o'clock.
Okay, I've got 8:48, so
Yeah.
I think I'm going to take his private about 9 o'clock as well. So I think that generally works better to have an hour of public time than an hour of private time.
Yeah,
I
I
think
do.
that I think that works better. So,
Yeah.
but some of these folks, I mean, they live stream for 3 and 4 hours. I'm like, I'm not going to watch 3 or 4 hours.
How the heck can you watch 4 hours?
You can't. What I
You
do is I
can't
hope.
because how on earth can you sit 3-4 hours when you've got
Yeah.
stuff to do?
And so what I do is I generally try to watch the first 20 minutes and the
Yeah.
last 20 minutes, and then I
To
hope
get
that the
catch the
important
most
things,
important bits.
yeah, the first and the last, if they say something in the
Yeah.
middle that's very important, I'm going to miss out. But
Yeah.
so but that's good. I also heard that Google Hangouts is going to be a little bit different than YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. I've been hearing about this for the last couple of months, but I think the Hangouts will be a part of YouTube, but I think the rest of Google Plus may be going a separate way or something. So
Ah.
yeah. off like they thought it would. They thought it would be right up there with Facebook and Twitter, and it really didn't take off. But I'm using it more than I ever have. So
Yeah.
I'm spending less time on Facebook. Facebook, my family's on Facebook, so I check up on them about once or twice a day to see what they're doing. And then Twitter, I love Twitter.
Oh, you're on Twitter?
Yeah, I follow.
I'm on Twitter as well.
Okay, I follow you on Facebook. I know that much.
Yeah, you do.
But the Twitter, I actually follow some celebrities, and sometimes they respond back to me, which is real neat. It's real neat.
Yeah.
There's a guy. He's out of Florida. He's on MSNBC, and he's also on Telemundo.
Yeah.
And his name is Jose Diaz Balart, I think, or whatever.
Yeah.
And so he's real neat. This guy works 7 days a week, though. he's he's got a show on the English network, and he's got two shows on the Spanish network, and then he's always all the time being a guest on someone else's show. So
Whoa.
he works all the time, and so he actually responded to one of my tweets the other day, and then Josh Molina is probably my favorite Twitter person to follow, and he actually favorited one of my tweets. He's on a diet, and he said he lost 7 pounds in 1 week.
Whoa.
And that's too fast. So
Yeah.
I responded and said, "I fast. You'll waste away to nothing in 20 years."
Whoa.
And I guess he got a little bit of a chuckle out of that, and he favorited it. So. And that's the other thing. I'm gonna have to. We're gonna start having debates, and so I made live tweet the debates.
Yeah.
So I did that last time. That was a lot of fun. So because otherwise you're just watching people talk about the things that they're never going to be able to do.
Yeah.
They were talking about Donald Trump, and he's been a Democrat, an independent, and a Republican, and he has said everything at one time in his life. I mean, he didn't always hate immigration. So,
whoa.
But see, when you're a businessman like he is, you have to be.
Yeah.
You have to make nice with everybody.
Yeah, you do.
So that's what he's done. But the thing about it is, they bring this stuff up, and it just bounces off of him. It doesn't stop him, and he tells it like he sees it, and people love that. People love that. He doesn't have a filter where he has to process things before he says his answer or whatever. He just spits it out, and either you like it or you don't. And right now, he's number one in the polls.
Whoa.
Yeah. That is kind of spooky, but in our system, the same holds true in your system. It makes the other candidates better.
Yeah.
Competition makes people better, in general, and so these other people are having to work on their A game. So, and he always brings his A game. So, I love his hair. I wish I could have hair like he does. So, but that's hereditary, I guess. So.
Yeah. I don't know what time it is.
Well, I've got 8:54 British time, so
8:54.
I think what I'm going to do right now, I think I'm going to say goodbye to the folks on YouTube and just take us.
And I'm going to start taking my meds.
Okay, that'd be a good thing to do. So, to all my friends on YouTube, we're going to stop the live broadcast at this point. Before I do that, I just want to tell you that we'll be here next week, same time. It's August the 7th, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Central Time. I have not developed a topic yet, but I'm sure I'll steal one by then. So I want to thank everyone for watching me on the YouTube side, and we'll see y'all next week.